Hello everyone, welcome to Erudition and my name is Garv lalwani and today we are gonna learn human settlements, communication and transport, geography class 7.
So, settlements. What are settlements? Settlements are places where people build their homes. So, first settlement reason they build, what they do with settlements? They build home. To grow food, to build home, and to develop better means of transport and communication. Communication, I am communicating to you with the help of brain free app. So communication has become vast over this period, as everyone know. So transport, a mean of transport. How do we reach from one place to another? Airways, roadways. So further topics are related to transport itself, and in this chapter we are going to learn about communication and transport, and this is human settlement. So early human beings lived on trees and caves. Their settlements earlier grew near river valleys as the water was easily available and the land was fertile. Okay. So settlement site selection. So selection of settlement site. Several factors are kept in mind before selecting a settlement site. It can be natural or human. हाँ, इसमें कह रहे हैं कि सिलेक्शन जो होनी चाहिए साइट्स की वो डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स से हम उसको प्रोवाइड करते हैं। अब ऐसा तो नहीं है कि हम कहीं पे भी रहने चले जाते हैं। वी पिक अ पर्टिकुलर प्लेस कि हमारे को इधर रहना है। हम सर्कमस्टांसेस देख के रहते हैं अंडर सम कंडीशंस। सो व्हाट आर दे? इट कैन बी नेचुरल एंड ह्यूमन लाइक लैंड फॉर लिविंग, soil which is needed for everyone, for the land, water for survival, and transport to go from different place to other for their work, for everything. Now on the basis of duration of stay, हमारे रहने के basis पे there are two types of settlement: temporary and permanent. So settlements which are not occupied, which are occupied for short time, जो कम समय के लिए जो settlement हम use करते हैं, we say that as temporary settlements. For example, a nomadic pastoralists, what do? They do not have a particular place to live. After, therefore, what they do, they are living in a village. Now they will go back. Here, as it is written, that the people living in deep forests, hot and cold deserts and mountains often dwell. Dwell means एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाना. That is known as dwell. So I'll highlight this new word for you, dwell. In such temporary settlements, they practice hunting, gathering, they hunt, they gather different materials, they shifting cultivation. They cultivate and the transhumance. What is transhumance? This is again new word. For us, transhuman means when we move from one place to another for a settled life. And now we'll move on to the permanent settlements. Permanent settlements. Permanent settlements means where people build home to live for a long time, for a longer period. This for a shorter time, and this is for a longer time. So in a difference, if it comes in the paper, so the first difference for here it will be long time, and here it will be short time. So they they work as industrialists, corporates, and farmers. What do they do? They live at a particular settlement, like a permanent settlement. What do? We are living at a particular house, and like my father, with a live example, he's a businessman. So he is working in a particular place as a businessman, and we are living a permanent settlement. हम इधर ही रहेंगे. For example, like the permanent houses are like multi-story buildings, apartments that we know in a day-to-day life. Now, site selection again. That first was the basis on the stay. How will we stay? Now it is based on the location. Rural settlements. Villages are rural settlements where people are engaged in activities like agriculture, fishing, forestry, craft work, and trading. So here a lot of things we get to know, like what do they do? Rural settlements, what are rural settlements? Villages. Juggi, these all villages that we see, like in the farmers, or the one who can't afford a big house lives in a rural settlements. Villages are rural settlements where people are engaged in activities. Now they don't have a particular place, like they are not a so big businessman or industrialists who will work, like some of them are laborers though, but they are not that ownership type. So what do? They do agriculture, they do fishing, they do forestry. Forestry means in forest, like for searching things, cutting down trees, all and all. So craft work, they do craft work, they do trading for small materials. So rural settlements can be compact or scattered. Here it is there. So this topic is related to this one. So we'll learn about this. And urban settlement are what? Cities where we are living. So these are urban areas where people are engaged in manufacturing, trading, services. They're found in cities and towns, as I said, and they have better facilities and perks. We have better facilities. We have private hospitals. They don't have. They have government hospitals. Now our government is trying to also construct government hospitals as good schools for better education for students. As people work as industrialists, corporates, institutes, and now on the basis of the proximity of the house, like where house, like the location of the house. So here a new word which is here, which is proximity. Just a second. Yeah, proximity. So here, as we studied about two types, which were the known as the compact and the scattered one. So here, compact settlement is a closely built area of dwelling wherever flat land is available. Where flat land is available, like चिपके चिपके से बहुत पास पास जो घर होते हैं, this is known as compact. Scatter shell में खुले खुले जहाँ पे extensive area, for example like in thick forest region, hilly tracts. So now, transport services. Transport is the means by which people and goods move. As everyone know, in the early days, people used to walk, animals used to carry goods, but now the invention of wheel had made transport easier. So the early traders of from other countries used several months to reach India. This all. So now there are four major means of transport. What are they? Their roadways, their railways, their waterways, and their airways. Okay. So here also in the diagram which we see roadways, railways, airways and waterways. So we'll study about this particular topic. So now let's study with railways. Everyone know what is a railway, right? Everyone know what is a railway. Railway are trains. Okay. Railways are the fastest mean of land transport and can carry bulk materials over long distances. The railways carry people over long distances quickly and economically. So the invention of steam engine and industrial revolution helped in speedy development of rail transport. As everyone know, diesel and electric engine have rapidly replaced the steam engines. पहले डीजल ट्रेन चलती थी, अब steam engines चलती है जो bullet trains बन जाती है. Now super fast train has been introduced for traveling faster. What are the examples? Vande Bharat, which is the fastest train yet for Delhi. Indian railway networks is largest in Asia. After watching this video, do remember that you will also get the ready-made notes and also the MCQs. So do mind that in the MCQ there can be that how Indian Railways networks is largest in Asia. What is largest network in Asia of railways? Indian Railways. Sorry. So now the railway work is well developed over plain areas with smooth surface. Advanced technological skills have been enabled for railway lines. As we studied, it is largest in Asia and they are best used for long distances and transport heavy. So roadways, the most commonly used and cheap means of transport, especially for short distances and roads. They provide us door-to-door service, which is the most important topic. This provide door-to-door services and are for transportation of perishable products, which are handy. On the basis of construction material, roads can be classified into metalled and unmetalled. Metalled are pakka roads, unmetalled are kacha roads, which is in cities metalled, and in villages there are unmetalled. Roads have also been built for like deserts, forests, and high mountains. Manali Leh Highway in the Himalayan mountains is one of the highest roadways in the world. Like this road was endless type of we can say, and the roads built underground are also called subways. Flyovers are built over raised structures. Metalled. Metalled is kacha or metalled is pakka road, and unmetalled is pakka road. I'm sorry. Metal road is pakka road and unmetalled is kacha road. As we know, oh, what is this? Snow. there was a delay. Now, let's start with waterways. Waterways are the cheapest for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. What do they do? They are mainly of two types: inland waterways and sea routes. Okay, so navigable rivers and lakes are used as inland waterways. Some important inland waterways are what are they? Ganga, Brahmaputra river system, the Great Lakes in North America, and the River Nile in Africa. Sea routes and oceanic routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods. Again, a new word, merchandise and goods. एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे लेके जाना, merchandise goods from important country to another. These routes are connected with ports, as we know, some important ports: Singapore, Mumbai in Asia, New York, Los Angeles in North America, Rio de Janeiro in South America, Durban and Cape Town in Africa, Sydney in Australia, and London and Rotterdam in Europe. So here now we'll talk about airways, which is the most fastest way, the fastest way. I wish everyone has went on plane. If not, it's all okay. So like this is some type of plane that I've tried to make myself. Here so where airways is the fastest way of transport developed in the early 20th century. It is the most expensive due to the high cost of fuels, as there is high cost of fuels and air traffic is adversely affected by bad weather. एडवर्सली इफेक्टिव मतलब बैडली इफेक्टेड गलत गंदी जगह से बहुत गलत इफेक्ट कर देते जो हम like like fog and storm. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas where there are no roads and railways. We can land on that airport and we can go. Helicopters are extremely useful for inaccessible areas in times of calamities, rescuing people, disturbed food, and to give. हम हेलीकॉप्टर कहीं पे भी ले जा सकते हैं. It can land because it's a very handy one. So it can be used for disturbing food, water, and a new word, calamities, मुश्किल समय में. Sorry, कैलेमिनिटीज मीन मुश्किल समय में हमारे व्हाट वी डू इन आर जो मुश्किल समय में कुछ हो जाता है तो एयरवेज हेलीकॉप्टर का यूज करते हैं. नाउ कम्युनिकेशन, the most important topic of this chapter. So this is the last topic. I hope you are enjoying it. So let's go. Communication means conveying message to others. Newspaper, radios, and televisions are important means of communication. They are called mass media. Why? Because we can communicate with large number of people at the same time. With the development of technology, humans have diverse new and fast mode of communication. Different mode of communications are. What is mass media? You know all? Mass media is we are mass media. बहुत बड़ी जनसंख्या is known as mass media. What newspapers, radio are some communications which we get. क्या हो रहा है हमारे देश में? We watch TV, we communicate. They communicate with us. News channels communicate with us. So information to educate as well as certain areas, as I told you, through newspaper, radio, television, we can communicate with large numbers, therefore known as mass media. Satellites have made communication even faster, where satellites have explored oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, mineral wealth, weather forecast, and disaster warning. Wireless telephones, communications through cellular phones have become very popular. Everyone knows one beep of message, we see that, we reply that message, one call, we are talking from one place to another. Even now, I am in sitting in India, I am talking to person of America. How? Just through communication. So wireless telephonical communication through has been become very popular today as we studied. The internet provides us with worldwide information and interaction. Internet not only provides us with the worldwide information and interaction, but also has make our lives more comfortable. So there can be a question like why has communication made our lives more comfortable? As I told you, one beep of message, we are replying with a one beep of message or one ring, we can keep up a call and we are like conveying our message to each other, sitting in India to America, sitting from India to Los Angeles, any place, from any corner of the world to any other corner of the world, we are communicating. Yeah, there are some server problems, but yes, we can contact easily. So communication has played a vital role in our life, and as we know, we all are dependent on communication. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you liked that, and I hope you understood that. The notes of this chapter are available on the website and MCQs are also available, so do attempt that. Thank you.